everyone, my name is Laura, I love to crochet, and it's another crochet roundup. I can't believe it's already been 3 months since the last one, but here we are. And this is everything that I crocheted in July, August, and September. So there's quite a range of seasons happening, which you'll see reflected in what I crocheted. It kind of goes from like really warm summery weather to starting to get into fall and the cooler seasons. So there's kind of a mix of a bunch of different projects in here, but I'm really excited to show them all to you. So the first thing that I crocheted in July was this mesh top. I had brought some cotton with me up to the cottage and I just needed a project to work on with it. And I worked this up while I was sitting on the beach, which is lovely. This is just a cotton mesh top. I just freehanded it, no pattern. But essentially what I did was do a triple crochet, skip 3 stitches and do another triple crochet, and it made this really nice open mesh look. There are lots of good tutorials on how to do mesh stitch on YouTube as well. I'll link a couple down below if you want to give it a try. But it's the perfect piece to wear either over a bathing suit, over a tank top, even as it starts to get cooler, layer it up under some jackets just to add a little bit of an interesting texture element. But this one was really fun and really fun to work up while I was laying on the beach. So really enjoyed making this one. And then the next piece is this pink tank top. I was clearly really in a pink mood, but it's this kind of racer back, halter neck kind of strap tank top. I have a lot of these in my wardrobe, so I really wanted to try to crochet one. I found this pattern on Ravelry. I'll link it down below. Any pattern that I can link or that I followed, I'll be sure to link it down below so that you can try it out. But I just made this one out of mercerized cotton, so it's really nice and soft but really breathable and just so easy to throw on with anything. It's a good basic, it's a good layering piece, and I really am happy with how this one turned out. This little bit of extra detail around the sleeves and the neckline just gives it a little bit of something special and makes it a little bit more than just a basic, and it was nice to crochet something that I often buy, and I think this turned out really nicely. And up next is this top, and if you are going to make anything that I show in this video, I would recommend that you make this top. It's called the Malibu top. It's a free pattern on YouTube. Again, I'll link it so that you can check it out. But I love this top and I wore it non-stop this summer. It was just so simple, but there was something a little bit special about it. I made this one out of a cotton and acrylic blend. So again, it was really breathable. It's really, really soft. And it just went with everything. And every time I wore this, I got compliments on it. And it's so comfy and easy. And clearly I'm obsessed with it. So if you're gonna make anything from this video, I would recommend that you make this. It has this really nice ruffle detail around the bottom, and then around the sleeves join with like a little bow tie, which I think is just so precious. And I loved this. It worked up so quick. It was also the first time I've done lemon peel stitch, and I really like how that looks too. It just gives it a little bit of texture, a little bit different than what like a half double crochet or a double crochet might look like. So I was really, really happy with this, and it kind of instantly became a closet staple for me. So if it's still warm where you live for a little bit longer, I would definitely recommend giving this one a try. And then I made this vest. This is a pattern by Jewel Makes that I just kind of tweaked a little bit, but it's this beautiful starburst kind of look. And I love patterns like these where each row is just a little bit different, but not so different. It just really keeps my brain engaged, and it makes it feel like the pattern works up really quickly because you kind of get to measure it by like sunburst that you make. So I really liked working this one up. The pattern was really easy to follow as well. So if you want to try it out, I would definitely recommend it. And I just added little ties to the sides of mine so that I can wear this with a t-shirt, or if I'm wearing it with a bulkier sweater underneath, I can just loosen those ties a little bit and it will fit over those as well. So this one too, I'm not sure if I already mentioned, I made it out of wool, thinner wool for sure. It was a Cascade sport weight, I believe. And I really love this kind of watermelon color. And up next we have this Raglan top. It's one of the first Raglan pieces I've made. I've done a couple of the past, but this one I think came out really, really nicely. I was following a TikTok tutorial, so I'll link that down below. And she did a really kind of beautiful, she did a couple, like 2 stripes of different colors, which I thought looked really, really good. For mine, I had this kind of like soft off-white cotton that I wanted to use up, so that's what I did with this one. And it's kind of instantly became a closet staple, which I wasn't sure, but just when I want to wear a white t-shirt, but I want something that's a little bit more detailed, a little bit more interesting, especially for layering, it's been perfect for that. It's really, really comfortable to wear. I think the fit of it came out really nicely as well. And I made this in one of my crochet vlogs. I'll link that as well if you want to check that out. But ever since I made it, I've really been obsessed with it and I've been wearing it a lot. And then continuing on with the Raglan obsession, I made this Raglin cardigan. I made a video about how I made this one, so I'll link it if you haven't seen it. But this one was made using a Karen anniversary cake. I wasn't sure if I was gonna buy them. I thought maybe it was gimmicky, but it ended up being the perfect yarn for this sweater. It gave it this nice scrappy look without actually having to use scrap yarn or weave in a whole bunch of ends. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I love the color palette. I think it's so funky and bright, and it will be perfect with like just dark blue jeans and then really letting this cardigan be the star. And then the last piece that I made is this granny square cardigan. I'd seen this kind of like big chunky square tie front style cardigan really having a moment on Instagram from a few different crochet artists, and I wanted to give it a shot myself. I had a bunch of scrap acrylic yarn from a bunch of projects laying around, so I thought this would be the perfect way to use that up. So it's mostly loops and threads. The base is loops and threads off-white, which is one of my favorite cardigan base colors when you're doing funky colors. And then yeah, I think almost all of the rest of this is different loops and threads acrylics as well. And I love the way that this turned out. It's so easy to throw on. I've already worn it a couple times, and it's another one of those pieces where people are always like, where did you get that? Did you make that? Oh my goodness. Like, it draws a lot of attention, and it's so practical. Again, it's so easy to throw on over things because it's a tie front. If you get too hot, it's really easy to take off. And I am just so happy with the color palette, how it all came together. I'm definitely going to be making a few more of these. I also want to make a whole video on granny square sweaters. I was wearing one a couple videos ago that people had questions about, and it's really easy to kind of convert that pattern into this pattern. And I'm working on another granny square sweater that's made out of really small granny squares as well. So I think it would be nice to make a video just showing the process, how I measure, using different granny square sizes, and the different kind of patterns that you can make with granny squares. So if you'd be interested in that, let me know. But I think it would be really fun to make that and just create a little bit of a guide to granny square sweaters. But I can't believe the next time I'm making one of these videos, it will be 2025. The year is going by so quickly. But I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thank you so much for your support of this channel. People have been leaving such nice comments, being so sweet. The crochet community on YouTube is really supportive and really kind, and it can be scary to put yourself out there like this. So I really appreciate all the positive comments, all the nice feedback. It's been a really fun place to bring my crochet and meet more people that are passionate about crochet like I am. So thank you so much for watching. If you like these videos, please subscribe. It means a lot to me. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.